channel. I'm Sissy from Manifest__Sissy, and that's my channel's name. It's all about spirituality, level up, and awareness, self-awareness, and becoming your highest self or reaching your highest version of yourself. Okay, connecting with your highest self. In other words, okay. In the world where we taught about limitations, that we have limitations, that everything is limited, that we need to live according to certain standards of life, okay? Wayne Dyer and Neville Goddard speak about living outside of that perception in limitlessness, in all possibilities being possible in your life, right? All things are possible. As I said in my life yesterday, all things are possible and all things available for us when we believe them to be so, when we're able to bring them forward with our energy and our focus. That's why all things are possible, right? It takes you out of the mundane world into all possibilities. It expands you to a different level of awareness. Both Wayne and Neville speak about this in their own different ways. Wayne speaks about you living in imagination, right? Living and seeing things where you want them to see, how you want to see them differently, see a situation that's going to add value to you, assign you meaning to something, in other words. And then Neville speaks about your imagination, imagining something to be in your life, the way you want it to be in your life. Because it's one of the steps in his teachings of manifesting and creating your reality. Is your imagination is a like that tool that you use to create your life experience, right? Wayne simply says change it and give it a new meaning, see things differently. And if you see things differently long enough, it becomes your reality. You pull that thing into your space, okay? All things are possible. They both have the same agreements, okay? That all things are possible. So when you take yourself out of that space of living in the limitations of life, it takes an effort, especially if you're not used of dreaming and daring to believe in something that's not there yet. Right? Being that person, that musician that's able to take something that looks negative and then perceive it to be positive and keep on thinking and speaking about the positive over that thing until the thing becomes something positive in your life. Because the reality of the situation is that all things have a negative and a positive polarity to it. They have a negative and a positive meaning and influence, right? Everything has a negative and a positive to it. And we need to understand that at heart, the messages that these both guys are telling us are both the same, telling us that all things are possible and we're not limited as human beings. Thank you, Daniel, for joining my live. Today we're talking about all things being possible. And we're looking at Wayne Dyer and Neville Goddard's teachings, right? Wayne tells you more about you to see things differently, give it a new meaning, give anything that's happening in your life a new meaning, see it differently. And then uh, Neville is speaking about imagination. Use your imagination to imagine this thing that you want in your life. Hi, Daniel. Thank you and welcome to my live. Thank you to welcome to my channel. If you have yet not as yet seen my channel before, came across it before, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because my content is about self-development and awareness and being awoke, and also to develop yourself on the physical but also on the spiritual and energetic level. It's all about that, right? Not some things. All things are possible, and we need to move the limitations and say that if something is not logically possible, then it's not possible. It's impossible. All things are possible. When you dare to live in imagination, everything becomes possible because you're living in imagination. Thank you, Bridget Lee, for joining Modise. Thank you for joining my live. Hi, sweetie pie. Hope you're doing well. Today we're talking about all things possible, continuing from yesterday, but we're going to go more in depth into it now, right? Using Wayne Dyer and Neville Goddard's teachings to tell us that yes, all things are possible, right? Wayne is telling you more that gives something a new meaning. Look at it differently, perceive it differently, and it shall become different. As long as you focus long enough on it, remember that we are actually manifesting from the spiritual to the physical. So that means we need to put more focus on everything that we want and desire. There's more focus, yes, maybe we can call it intention, we can call it action as well, like if effort for everything that we actually manifesting. But remember, you don't do it in the sense that it's difficult. You do it as it's a part of who you are, because we are creators, right? We are artists. Okay, see life as the canvas, and you are the creator, and using your emotions, your thoughts, and your beliefs to create this beautiful tapestry and an art piece of your life. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, the angels, for subscribing and liking my channel. Thank you. I do appreciate, right? So we go on, and we go on, and he says, so how can we live like this? How can we do this? Is it possible? What are the steps we can take to actually live in the space where all things are possible? First, begin to believe. You have to start with belief. You have to believe in something before it comes into your reality, right? Your perceptions have to change. You have to believe in that thing for it to happen. First step, train your mind, right? That nothing is impossible. Right? Living in a space where we're told that there's limitations. You have to move yourself from that space of limitations to say that nothing is impossible. All things are possible, even if they don't seem logic to everybody else, but to you, you say to yourself that all things are possible. You train your mind in that perception. Number two, each morning you affirm, right? You shall affirm. You see, using affirmation words. Remember that the same words that have um, programmed you to believe what you believe now. Now you have to use words again, but this time more empowering words. In the mornings, you're going to affirm. Affirmations is a given. It's a foundation of creating your own reality. It's a foundation because affirmations are words. Words carry a frequency. Words create, because the world was created by divine source by using the word. In the Bible, it says the first thing that was there was the word. The word was there, and the word was with God, right? You understand? So the word is the power that we have. So since we are created in the image of divine source God, we do have the power of the word as well. We use it all the time. Just that we don't know how powerful it is. We think words are just words. They just go and they come. We don't understand that words are seeds to creation. Words come with a frequency. Words come with an energy, and that energy is what creates our realities. That same words, I am, the big powerful words that Wayne Dyer speaks about in his books, I am, right? Which is fulfilled. He speaks about the I am concept. Everything after the I am, when you're saying it, I am well, creates your reality. Whatever it is, even if it's negative, you're still creating your reality. I am sad, I am sick. All those words, those are negative, low frequency things. So if you say it long enough with more feeling and belief, it becomes your worldview, because at first as a thought, it's an idea. And then when you focus on it and you don't change your thoughts and that idea and you live from it, it becomes your worldview. It becomes part of your frequency. I'm always talking about your frequency, right? Which is part of your aura. So be careful with the words that you're saying. So how are you going to change your limited mind? Is by you telling yourself that all things are possible. I'm able to do a certain thing. All things are possible. All I need to do is put myself in the right space. Sister, I'm fine, sweetie pie. Thank you for joining my live. This is Lunke. Thank you for joining my live. Thank you so much. We're speaking about here, all things are possible, and we're going to use the teachings and the words from Wayne Dyer and Neville Goddard, right? So here we are creators. So as I said, imagine yourself an artist, and the world is your canvas. Your life is your canvas. How will you want your life to be today? You get up in the morning, okay, I want my life to be in a certain way. So that means my words and my thoughts and my actions must be aligned to how I want my life to be. Now you're taking power. You're taking your own power over your life experience. You're not just becoming a victim. Things are not just happening to you. You are creating them, because originally we are just creating, but now we're feeling somehow as if things are just happening to us. But when you look at yourself as an artist, you're the artist of your own life. I see so. Thank you for joining my live. Thank you so much. So all these things are all possible, right? You just have to play that role. Step into that role of who you truly are, who you want to be. and say, well, I am making my life beautiful, right? This is what I'm going to adapt, the perceptions and the words I'm going to use today. And then you're more cautious, right? And remember, you're not doing this out of fear. You're not doing this because you're afraid. You're doing it because you understand that you are a creator of all things, okay? So test it one day. Just test it. Test it and see. When from the time you get up in the morning, if you use positive affirmations and affirm it, remember, the first step of you living in empowerment in the states of all things are possible, the first step is to believe that you are powerful, believe that you have the control of your own life experience, right? Nobody forced you, for example, to come on this live, right? You came here on this live, you saw my live, and you popped in, right? That was a choice, you creating something. Hi, Samuel. King Buddha, thank you for joining my live, right? It's all about you taking control. So here you are. You get up in the morning, you choose to believe in yourself. You say, okay, what do I believe about myself? What do I want in my life for today and all days after today, right? I have to believe in myself first. Believe that I have the power, right? And the next step, right, after the first step of you training your mind that I'm powerful, right? The step is to train your mind that you are powerful, that all things are possible, that there's nothing out of reach. All things are in reach. It's in your reach, right? You tell yourself that, and you affirm it with the positive words in the mornings, right? The first you get up in the morning, before you put your feet on the ground, say, I am powerful, and today is a wonderful day. Today I know I'm in control of my life experience. Today I'm focusing on positive responses in life or to life. I'm not going to just talk and just react. I'm going to respond positively. I'm going to respond positively because I'm a responsible person. This is my life experience. I'm taking control of my life. Okay. Number two, you use your imagination. Right now, you can imagine things that you want in your life, like a child. Children are very joyful and they're playful. It's okay to be joyful and playful. Imagine yourself having a thing that you desire for the day. Imagine walking into your office and you are confident, you are all happy and joyful for your day. You are going through your day with wonderful, wonderful feelings, and everybody's complimenting you and telling you how well you're doing. Samuel are telling you how wonderful you are. Your day is good. Oh, you did so well. Now you actually imagining this in the morning when you're doing your morning routine. As I take it, I always tell people to start your morning consciously. You do your morning with your routine, you journal, and then you meditate. A few minutes of prayer if you want to include that. You can pray and ask God or thank God for your night and be grateful for that day, for the morning, right? For the night before, you had a beautiful evening and you slept well and all those things. And you start your journaling and then you say, okay, let me visualize my day. My day is like a beautiful day. This is how it's going to work out. My manager is going to compliment me for all the good things that I've been doing, how I've been adding to the team and all those things. My colleagues are going to be smiling at me. I'm going to smile back because all positive vibes. When I'm confronted with a challenge in my workspace, I'm going to look at it, okay, this is an opportunity for me. Opportunity for me to find a solution, to shine bright. This is an opportunity for me. Instead of you saying, oh, challenge, oh my God, I'm tired. No, you take it positively and say, yes, this is my opportunity to show up strong and positive and really add value. Let me show them my skills. Let me show them how well I can do my work, how I can add value. Now you just step by step, okay? Even when it comes to lunchtime now or tea break, let me have something to eat. Let me choose something healthy. Let me get a fruit instead of something like maybe greasy breakfasts that people eat. Let me eat something healthy. Now making positive input. I'm painting the canvas of my life that I'm a healthy person. I'm a positive person. I make healthy choices. It's all about that, right? So Neville taught that your imagination is big. Imagination is linked to your thinking. Imagination is thinking, but it's also just using pictures and feelings and emotions. Then you have that imagination, whatever thought, and it goes with the emotion and a feeling and maybe a picture, a vision of something. That's called imagination. It's a simple concept. Use that creative facilities that you have already, because this is a God-given thing. Thank you. Is it Kuso? Thank you for joining my live. Today we're talking about living limitlessly and also being in power where all things are possible. And we're using the two spiritual teachers and authors, Neville Goddard and Wayne Dyer, right? Neville Goddard and Wayne Dyer's teachings to add to what I'm speaking about, right? You feel the emotions. You feel the emotions of your imagination, of the picture. You feel as if you're experiencing this whole uh, play or this drama out in your head. You're experiencing, you see yourself in your office. You see the people congratulating you and smiling, and everybody's greeting, and you can go overboard. You can play it however you want to play it, right? It's all up to you. You can see yourself maybe getting an achievements award or whatever it is. You see it in your head. It all starts in your head, because remember, even the negative stuff starts in your head. That feeling that I don't like my job. Oh, it's Monday, because tomorrow's Monday. People don't like Mondays. I'm not sure why, but I love Mondays. Okay. Oh, it's Monday. I don't like my job. What am I doing there? Now that's all negative things. That comes with a feeling. Those words and thoughts are coming with a feeling, and they are building something. They build a worldview about your own life experience, because you're the artist of your own life. You are the artist, and your life is the canvas, basically, right? Hi, sweetie pie. Hope you well, Mr. Zulu. Hope you well. Hope you're doing very well. Is it Mr. or Miss? I think it's a guy. Hope you're doing very well. Thank you for joining my live. Today we're talking about all things are possible. All things are possible. And we're using the teachings of Wayne Dyer and Neville Goddard, right? So I said that everything begins with a belief, and then you have to affirm it, something outright. Say it to yourself on a daily basis. Your inner talk is very, very important. Your inner talk creates your outer world. Your inner talk create your outer world. Same as your inner thoughts about the world creates it as well. For example, I mean, this has been proven so many times. I've even tried with myself and said, okay, does this thing really work? Is it really true? Then I've actually done it a couple of times. And I've seen the way I used to think before, the way I thought about my life before, and the way I think about my life now. There's a big difference in my manifestation, in my life experience, how I get along with the people in my life, how I get along with everything, what I'm bringing into my life, the things that I've manifested into my life when I started using the technique of taking ownership of my own life and changing my own perceptions about my own life, my inner talk. I am powerful. I know that I'm powerful, right? So that means that I'm in control. I have the power over my own life. I'm not a victim. I know I'm creative, meaning I can create things. I can create beautiful content online. I create it. So everything that you'll see online is created by me. I don't have any person working for me, because I'm a creative person, okay? In my workspace, I'm creative. I solve problems, right? In my workspace, my 9 to 5, I'm creative there. I solve problems, right? I'm painting my own life experience in a very positive way by using positive thoughts and words and actions and loving life to its fullest. And understand that when I'm confronted with a challenge, right, it's an opportunity to overcome that challenge, an opportunity to get a solution. That's what it's about. It's not about, oh my God, life is so difficult. Remember, the more spiritual you become, the more you will be confronted and tested by source to see that you are really at a certain level, and then your frequency raise up for every challenge that you overcome. Right, you get more confidence. Your frequency raises up. You're able to then manifest more and more into your life. That's what these guys are telling us. That's what Neville is telling us, and that's what Wayne was telling us as well. That both these authors and spiritual teachers are both past and left this reality. However, their teachings are still here. Their books are still here. They're here for us to use them as positive to add in our life experience. Number 3, live in alignment to that thing that you want to be. Whatever it is you want to be, good at a certain thing, you need to do it. Do it. Maybe at the beginning it's going to be a bit shaky. You're not going to have that confidence. You're going to be maybe feeling a little bit of self-doubt within yourself. But remember, tell yourself, I've got this. I've got this. This is my life. I can do this. If others have done it, I can also do it. If there's nobody in your reality, in your immediate reality, that has achieved the things that you want to achieve, go online. Go online and Google and find, and you'll see, even on social media, there's a lot of people that achieved the things that you would love to achieve, right? Because at the end of the day, remember that people can teach us as well. We teach ourselves, each other every single day. We teach ourselves and teach others something every single day. So online content it's not only for entertainment, it's also for teaching and learning. So if you're on this channel now and you're on this live now, there is something that you need to hear today that's gonna add value to you. It's gonna level you up. It's gonna make you more positive about your life experience. Okay, so you live in your alignment with that thing that you want. You now speak into it. You do the things that that version of you would do. Because remember, in the quantum field, there is a version of you who has achieved that thing that you are actually focusing on achieving. There's a version of you that really has that job, that really has that business, that really has the money, that really has the happiness, joy, and peace. That level up version of you, there is somebody like that in a quantum field. So all you need to do is now you here. You need to now just raise your frequency and understanding and focus yourself towards that direction and do what you need to do. As I said yesterday, you need to work towards it in that sense with your actions, with your beliefs, and also with your words. Right? Remember, because if you are doing something else and saying something else, there's a clear division. People have an issue with that, right? That they say something else and then they do something else, right? I wanna be fit. I want to lose the body fat, right? But I'm not doing the things that are gonna help me lose the excess body fat. I am overeating. I am not moving my body. I'm not exercising. I keep on talking negative about my body. I keep criticizing my body. So now you're doing everything opposite to what you want and desire. Okay, another example. You want to save some money to buy a car, right? But you're not doing it. You say you want to save the money to buy the car, but at the back of your mind, you're believing it to yourself. You believe inside within yourself that it's impossible. It's impossible. Oh, it's too expensive. I can't afford it. Now you're telling the universe all these things. Remember that God, the universe, source, does not listen to your words, but listens to your frequency. Your frequency is connected to your thoughts, your belief, your worldview, right? And also what you are saying as well, right? What you're saying has a frequency, not so much what you say, but how you say it and the feeling that it gives you when you are saying it. That's the frequency we're speaking about. Frequency is energy, it's the feeling, right? It's not only the concrete thing, like words can be said, but the person can have a negative frequency that's actually not even linked to those words. Those words are divorced from the frequency that they have. Okay, I believe that I am rich. I'm saying it with my mouth. I believe that I'm rich. But do I really believe that I'm rich? When I'm saying that I believe that I'm rich. Okay, that I'm wealthy. Okay, how does it make you feel in your body? Does it make you feel uncomfortable? Does it really sound true to you when you are saying it that I believe that I'm rich? You understand that kind of thing. Like when I'm saying it now, I don't have any comfortable feeling because I do believe that I'm rich. I do believe that I'm wealthy. I believe that I'm an abundant being. It's something I truly believe. It's what my subconscious mind and my words conscious mind or connected and my heart also connected. There's no uncomfortable feeling when I'm saying that, right? But not for everything that I'm manifesting will I straight away feel that togetherness, that my mind is connected to my heart and my words, everything is connected and I really believe it. It just depends on what I really want in life and if I really believe it's possible right now. The first thing you need to do when you want to live a limitless life where all things are possible, you need to work on your beliefs. As I said, you got to believe it first. Your belief needs to be changed by using those affirmations, and you really need to tell yourself this is possible. This goal is reachable. Then you need to now imagine yourself achieving that thing, experiencing that thing, because you are the artist, okay? And then you live in it. You live at the end, in other words. This is what Neville Goddard says, living at the end, right? Where you live as if you were already there, as if you've already lost that weight, that body fat, excess fat, as if you already have that car, as if you already have that business, that you now a business person, right? You are a creative person. You live like that, meaning every day you do what the things that creative person would be doing at the moment, right? And you do it with belief, right? And you don't keep on asking yourself, when is it coming into my life? When is it coming into my life? I cannot wait. It's taken too long. Now that's disbelief. That's stemming from disbelief and lack of faith. As I said yesterday, faith is a foundation of your life experience, and you manifesting your life desires is based on faith. So when you're sitting, you're doing those things, you're living at the end, but you keep on asking yourself, when is it going to come into my life? I'm living at the end, but I don't really have this thing yet. Now you're telling yourself you're living in lack. You don't have. You need to tell yourself that, yes, I have it. It's here already. Maybe it might not have appeared in the physicality yet, but I do have it because I know that everything's in the spiritual. It's coming down. All I need to do is focus on it. Focus on being that person that I really desire to be. Focus to be that being that strong winner, that successful person is very important, guys. If you like this life, go ahead and like it, guys. Please go ahead so that more people can come through and share as well, right? And share as well, okay? Remember that all things are possible. This means that we need to see the beauty of life, the beautiful things in life, as Wayne Dyer calls it. That we need to focus on the beautiful things in life, right? We need to focus on the possibilities, right? Remember simple things like being appreciative of the weather that for the day. The sun is shining beautifully and it's shining beautifully on your skin. It's making you feel so good and warm, especially when you walked out of winter and now in the southern hemisphere. We are now in the summer solstice, right? So now you guys in the northern hemisphere, if any of you all are from that side, and you are now starting a new cycle now, going into colder seasons, right? So now we in the sun hemisphere appreciative of the sun because the sun hasn't been so bright and warm, all for the last 6 months. And now you're appreciating small things like that. You're walking in nature, you're seeing the flowers bloom, you see greenery again, you're seeing life come to life again. You're seeing everything come up again. You hear the birds. I got lovely birds outside where my apartment, and then they chirp, and I can say, okay, now we're in a new season. That's appreciating life and say, yes, I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful to be able to hear and experience nature. Right? That is a beautiful expression of gratitude as well. Even a simple thing of eating a sweet fruit, an apple that's sweet, or any fruit. Now you're telling your senses, this is beautiful and this is lovely. Now you're telling universe, I like this is beautiful. I like fresh fruits. I appreciate all things that are beautiful and tasty and sweet. Okay, now you are actually manifesting it more and more of those type of experiences in your life. Being still and quiet as well, and contemplating life and being grateful is another practice. Sometimes in the modern world, we move too fast and we don't get to experience life's every moment. We're always rushing to get to the end and not really enjoying the journey of life, right? Every single day you get up and you're thinking about where you're going to be in the next couple of hours. Instead of you focusing on the now, early in the morning, what's your practice? You focus and you soak into the now, and you're thankful and grateful for your body. You're grateful for the fact that you're healthy and you're strong. Not every single person is getting up today with a healthy body. And here you are with the gift from divine source, with a healthy body, with a healthy mind. Your mind is clear, right? And you are now living this life. So you must be grateful for where you are now. Because not every single person is in that experience of positivity. There are certain people, many people that are sick, not able to even see and experience the gift of vision, of sight, cannot even taste because they have an issue with that. There's all sorts of sickness in this world, and here you are in a healthy body and you are not appreciative of it, right? That's what manifesting is all about, living at the end, enjoying life, being more appreciative of life. All things are possible when you make them possible, when you experience and enjoy even the small things that God has given you, that divine source has given you, right? So when you adapt to the principle that all things are possible, the challenges are just there to be overcome, right? So you have the ability to overcome those challenges, because you would not be given a problem if you cannot solve it. You will not be given a challenge by source if you cannot solve it, right? Everything that happens in our life experience is given to us because source knows, your higher self knows that you're able to actually overcome them. Higher self is trying to trigger your power. You need to take that as a trigger for you to be able to say, well, I can resolve this. There's always a solution to every problem, and every challenge can be overcome. If you have that mentality, all things are possible. You're living in a space of all things are possible, that I can solve all problems. Because we are generally naturally problem solvers, but then we get immersed in the problem instead of the solution. Now you're looking at the problem's getting bigger and bigger and bigger because you're talking about it. You are now focusing so much on the situation, you're lamenting and complaining. But if you do the opposite and say, well, I have the situation, I can resolve the situation. Spirit, show me ways how to resolve it. Spirit, help me, walk me through it. Show me and send me people, situations, and circumstances, and maybe resources to resolve my challenge, to overcome my challenge, because I know I have the power to do so. So now you're focusing on the solution, not the problem. I mean, you're meeting your friends, you're not talking about how your life is full of challenges and problems. You're telling them, hey, life is beautiful. I can resolve every problem that comes in my life. I just have to think about the solution and not focus on the problem, right? Focus on the solution and speak more about the solution and ask divine source to give you more power and truth to resolve your problem and overcome your challenge. All things are possible right now. Day-to-day practices is about you being more cautious, aware, and have intention. All things are possible. Dyer told us this, right, in his books. And so did Neville Goddard, that all things are possible. Together they both tell us that we have the gift and the power and abilities to change things in our lives by us seeing things differently, by naming things and labeling things differently. Right? See how you do. Okay, you do this every single day, daily. You first have to believe, as I said. Then the second was an imagine, right? You already overcome this problem, or you have all the things that you want and desire. Number 3, you notice the beauty of life and be very grateful for life, for where you are at this moment. Very important to be very grateful, right? And remember that life is not happening to you, it's happening through you, for you, and by you. You are the creator, you are the artist of your own life experience. All things are happening through you, right? You are bringing things in your life, you making those decisions, you are saying those words, okay? You are thinking those thoughts, right? Nobody is forcing you to think negative things, right? What is a nice practice of you watching your thoughts? Meditation helps because it slows you down. Being still and journaling, it slows you down. You grounding yourself and rooting yourself in one moment. You're not too busy and being cluttered minded, right? So remember, you want to be a conscious creator, so you have to start on your mind. Have time of introspection, very important. All these things are very important for you to have a better life. So how to see life the way I desire it to be. How to see life the way I desire it to be. Right, now this is what I want to do. I want to see life the way I desire it to be. I don't want to be influenced by what's happening in the outside world, right? Number 1, I decide on my life, on what I want. I decide specifically on who I am. I decide, and I have a vision of myself and what I want. I do it clearly. Be clear about what you want in life, basically, right? You got to be clear of what you want in life. Write it down. Write the vision down. Draw it if you're autistic. Even draw it down if you want to. Draw it and stick it. This is me, the beautiful me, and I'm achieving these certain things in my life. A vision board, right? Draw it, stick it, have pictures, have an idea of what you want in life. Very important, right? Write it down, as I said. This becomes the lens of your desire. Becomes what you're looking for in life, okay? This is the blueprint of your life. Number 2, you shift your inner dialogue to match that vision of yourself. You shift your inner dialogue, your inner talk, your self-talk must move from negativity to positivity. The inner talk and self-talk must move away from negative talk to more positive talk, okay? Because now you are creating this new vision of yourself. Remember, words are creative. Words are spells. Words have an energy attached to them, okay? So words create everything that we are currently experiencing in this life. Everything, the negative and the positive things are created by our words and our thoughts. We think that the world is a place of pain and suffering. So we're actually manifesting a collective experience in certain areas of the world of pain and suffering, okay? And then we're now forcing ourselves So now focus on the pain and suffering instead of creating something more positive to replace the pain and suffering. We're doing the blame game, we're blaming others, we're doing this, we're taking sides. Now we're creating this whole reality of pain and suffering, and yet we have the power to shift that to love and peace and wellness, right? But it all starts with the I, with you individually. You decide that I am a peaceful person. My life is peaceful. I will focus on peace in my life and love in my life always. And you're shifting your inner dialogue, right? Number 3, use your imagination. Imagine things the way you want them to be. Be like a child. Play around with it. If you know, imagine things, even draw it down. Be very artistic and creative. Very important. Number 4, train your perception, your perceptions and understandings. Move and change those perceptions that don't match the vision of yourself that you put in on the first step, right? Change your perceptions to match the vision of yourself that you put in, your desired state, your desired person that you want to be, this life that you want to have, right? So change your perception to match that, because that's how you're going to be able to manifest. They have to be the same. Your perceptions and what you are actually wanting to achieve in life must match. They must speak to each other. The frequency must be the same. You understand? So that's what you're trying to do. You're practicing this, right? And then using gratitude as a huge practice. Every morning, right through the day, you're grateful, not only in the morning. Right through the day you are grateful. In the morning you're getting up, and what happens, you don't have to even think about it twice, because if you're somebody like me that does gratitude every single day, right through the day, my subconscious mind reminds me of what to be grateful for. My subconscious mind directs me to synchronicities, to things that are happening in my life that are actually aligned to my affirmation. So I'm living it because I'm saying it to myself in the morning, and it's kept in my subconscious mind. Remember, if everything becomes a habit, right? So your subconscious mind keeps everything that's emotion attached to emotion, right? So emotions. So when you say your affirmations, try and attach an emotion to it. I am wealthy. How does it make me feel empowered? I am healthy. Makes me feel good in my body. That's an emotion, right? So those are very important. Your life, your way you see life is very important. It's not about your neighbors, not about your parents, not about your mother, not about your boss. It's about how you see life. It's not about your partner, right? It's about how you see life, and your life then will then maybe manifested the way you see it in your mind. Because when you see it in a certain way, it's going to bring forth words, yes, feelings, emotions, yes, and also actions that are aligned to that worldview that you have. Very important to know that, right? So all these are very important. When you are wanting to live a life that is leveled up, and you want to live in a life that all things are possible, you have to make it possible, because this world is a world of limitations, okay? It's a world where there's conditions, okay? You have to be this to be that. Like, for example, to be loved, you must have money, you must be slender, you must have a certain skin color, whatever it is, must be from a certain country, whatever. This is a world of conditions. So you have to rewire yourself and understand you don't need conditions. You are born worthy. You are beautifully created, a spark of divine source. Okay. So the takeaway from this life is that you are powerful, that you have the ability to change your life the way you want to change it, with the focus that you have, right? So you are looking at things like, well, I am powerful. I am able to change my life. So how can I do it? So let me see how I can change my life. That's the first thing. When people see that they have a problem or have a challenge, and they can see that they have a gap in their life and need to fill in, that's the first step of you taking responsibility. But if you just see that what she's saying and what she is saying in this life doesn't mean anything to me, then that means there's no change you need or want in your life experience. Okay, if you want to change in your life experience, about you taking ownership and say, I can make my life better by me changing my perception. I can make my life better if I change the way I see myself, my self-worth. I can change my life by making myself better. By the words that I'm using, I have the power, because I am the master of my life experience. I'm creating my life in every single moment of my day. But every word that I'm saying, and every action and every thought, right? All about that. Remember, as Wayne Dyer said, you are the artist of your life, and life is your canvas. So For this week, try and focus on making your canvas a beautiful symphony of color and joy, colorful joyness on this symphony. May your week be a week filled with joy and peace for this week coming, right? Because it's Sunday now. Starting from today, focus on being as positive as possible, right? Have that beautiful vision for yourself for this week. How you're gonna walk with empowerment for this week and forever going forward, right? You're going to be walking empowerment. You're going to be a creative artist. You're going to put some beautiful colors in your life experience by you being more positive, right? So if you have not as yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and share and like my videos as well as you go through and just like binge watch them and comment as well, because engagement is very important when it comes to social media, right? If you have any questions, go ahead and ask as well, right? Because I'm here and I do answer questions. Okay, if you have a question or comment, go ahead and do that and follow me. I'm not following me, but subscribe to my channel. So okay, it's the same thing as following, but we call it subscribing on YouTube, right? Comment, and then you're able to also see my next lives that I'm making. You're able to be notified and get the notification when you see that I'm on a live again. All right, I normally do my lives on weekends these days, right? That's on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, one live on Saturday, one live on Sunday as well. It's all about the level up here, right? So remember that you are blessed, that you are able to create your own life, that you are not a victim of life, that you are the creator of your own life experience. You are the artist, and your life is your canvas. You express your life the way you want to express it. Okay, so have a great uh Sunday and a blessed week further, right? As we're moving into the next week, move in with empowerment, move in this week, owning yourself and owning your life, right? And being in control in your life, because all things are possible. If you dare to believe it to be so, it shall be so. Okay, it's all about you, what you want in your life. Whatever you want and desire, it's possible. Neville Goddard and Dyer speaks about all things are possible, not just the logical things that the world is accepted as to be real. Your own ideas of life are also possible. Whatever you want to achieve in life is possible, okay? So have a great week further, right? The new week coming through. All right, guys. Ciao.